Oh, our next guest does not yoke around. She has hatched the perfect plan to share her love for chickens with the world.
I love this. Lisa Steele is her government name, but many know her as the queen of the coop. The New England native is a fifth-generation chicken keeper who has turned her backyard into a farm.
Wow. Lisa's latest cookbook, the Fresh Eggs Daily Cookbook, is teaching us how to do the most with our eggs.
Thank goodness for Lisa. Lisa Steele, hello and welcome to New York Living.
Thank you for having me.
This is a real treat. When I said we're going to do a whole segment about eggs, everyone was like, "Oh, but I like
Sign
eggs."
me up.
So
Who
this is
doesn't?
Who doesn't?
Who
Who
doesn't?
doesn't?
Exactly.
How does one become? You were just born into a chicken family.
Fifth generation.
I kind of was, and I grew up with chickens. My grandparents had chickens. I went to college. I didn't envision that as my life. I worked on Wall Street for a while.
No.
Yeah, and twist of fate, found myself living on a farm raising chickens. I don't think you can get away from it. Sometimes you're just destined.
It's your calling.
It's my calling.
That's
yes,
right.
yes.
Okay, so you transformed, we hear, your backyard into a public chicken farm.
Well, public on social media.
Okay.
not. Please don't come to my house.
Don't
Don't
go
go
to
to
the house.
the
We are not going to
backyard.
reveal
Okay.
to the good folks at home where you live.
No, but yes, and I do share on social media as much as I can about living with chickens and living in the country.
Fantastic. Can you share with us some of the things you've brought and what we're going to make?
Absolutely. So we're
These are like the greatest hits of eggs, what you will find in this fantastic cookbook you have.
sweet and savory.
Oh, thank goodness.
So we have egg strata. You can feel free to take one.
Okay.
It's say you've got a charcuterie board.
Yes.
People have picked it over the next morning. You don't know what to do with all the stuff.
Oh my God, that happens to me all the time.
Right? You
I'm gonna
put
come
some
on this side of you.
So you put some bread cubes in your muffin tins.
Oh my gosh.
And then you add some,
Chorizo?
chorizo,
Oh,
pepperoni,
or whatever meats you have.
whatever meats. You add some cheeses.
Yes.
Then you, of course, whisk your eggs because everything has to have eggs.
Lisa, you call this a strata, S-T-R-A.
Yes.
What
That's
exactly
fantastic.
is a strata?
So it's usually not made in muffin tins. It's usually made in a
big
square
thing, right.
pan. It's sort of like a frittata
Okay.
quiche without a crust. But see, it has the bread in it. So the bread, you're going to pour the egg over it. The bread absorbs all the egg. You want to let it sit, 30 minutes or
Okay.
whatever.
Okay.
And then, you're pouring. You've got everything in it. So we pour our egg in, our nice, beautiful egg.
I
I
love
love
this.
that you have repurposed the last bits of a charcuterie bowl, because I always feel terrible at the end of the
I
night. I'm
know.
like, this is good stuff.
And everyone's like, just put it in the trash.
Exactly. Put it in the fridge. Use it the next morning. You can add some heavy cream, some milk if you want to cut the egg a little bit. Of course, add some scallions because they're
Yeah,
just
'cause why not?
beautiful. Because
They
why
add a good
not?
flavor, too.
You
Great.
just bake it up for about half an hour. Everything puffs up. And the nice thing is you can customize them. So say you have holiday guests and someone is a vegetarian.
Okay.
Leave the meat out. Or if someone wants more cheese. And then you can just leave them out. As people get up, they
Can
can
you
eat
swap
them.
out the heavy cream for something dairy-free?
You could skip
Okay.
it. I mean, you could just do the egg.
The
you
egg.
could do dairy-free.
Okay.
Very versatile and fun. And I love that they're individual. Throw them in the fridge, and then you can just heat them up as
Oh,
needed.
so-
I know
This
what
is
we're
a good
doing
meal
for
prep.
Christmas morning.
There it is.
Miss Whoopie Pie?
Yes.
Hello? What's going on here? Another use of the egg.
Yeah, so this is a sweet use of the egg. They're called whoopie pies, but they're really, cake that looks like cookies. So you bake up
Sign me up
your
for all of
your
this.
little, minis.
sure.
And then here we have a lemon blueberry cream cheese confectioner sugar.
Lord have mercy.
You can try one. We have napkins.
I'm
and
going to try two.
You
if
can
that's
try
okay.
too. And you can make Maine blueberries. I had to bring the Maine blueberries.
Obviously,
Oh, my
shout out
goodness,
to
they're the
Emmy.
best.
There we go.
I don't even know if this is
Here you go,
heated,
yep.
but so
thank you,
you
yep.
put your blueberries, you put some sugar, you put a little lemon juice, and you can do this with you could make, raspberry or
Sure.
whatever. You stir it, a couple minutes, it all just kind of melts in and becomes gooey. Let it cool, mix it into your cream cheese, and you have frosting. These are great because you can make chocolate, you can make pumpkin, you can change your
anything for the
fillings,
filling.
you can put marshmallow, you can put Nutella. Just a nice little handheld.
This is nice.
And I mean,
This
we've
is
almost
ridiculously good.
got jam, so that's
right.
super easy. We're not gonna.
Question about eggs for you.
Yep.
As the egg expert. Are all eggs created equally?
They're not.
Okay.
It depends on what the hen is eating because she's directing what she's eating into the eggs. Not so much the flavor, but nutrients.
Yes.
So if she's out eating bugs and weeds and grass, she's directing all that into her eggs. Farm fresh eggs, I don't know if you noticed, but the yolks are super orange.
They're
Very,
bright.
very,
very
vibrant.
bright because she has been out eating more than just what she would eat in a factory.
Right.
So fresh eggs.
And fresh eggs,
Fresh
okay.
does matter.
Is there really a difference between organic, grass-fed, and the conventional egg?
You know, organic is a certification. They have to pay for it.
That's right.
A lot of the smaller farms might not have the money for it, so they're not using chemical. You can't use antibiotics and hormones in your chickens anyway, so I wouldn't necessarily say it's a deal breaker if the carton doesn't say organic on it. I would look for pasture raised because that means the chickens have been out in the grass and they're eating all the good stuff.
So pasture raised is what we're going to
Pasture raised is like the gold standard.
Here. Yes. I like this. How do we store our eggs?
Yeah, here we go. Is it refrigerate them? No?
If you have your own chickens and you don't wash the eggs, you can leave them out. They'll last for a couple weeks out on the counter.
Right?
Yeah, so the hen, it's kind of magic. Before she lays the egg, she puts an invisible coating on the shell, which keeps the egg fresh.
That's right.
So while the baby chick is, you know, developing, because that's what eggs are for, ultimately, they don't go bad, air doesn't get in, bacteria. Commercial eggs have to be washed. So if you buy your eggs at the store, you have to refrigerate them.
Do you keep them in the carton? Or do you, because I have a little doohickey in my refrigerator that I put them in.
No, you keep them in the carton.
See, I know I was going to be wrong. Keep them in the carton.
The pores, there's pores in eggshells.
Right.
And they can absorb, you know, smells from your fridge. And you don't want to keep them on the door because of that temperature variations. You want to set them a little bit
The mental gymnastics
back.
over there on Alex.
There's so many. I got to read your book.
You're doing so many things wrong.
Tell us quickly about the book, The Fresh Eggs Daily Cookbook. What can we find inside?
Yeah, I mean, all of this, 100 of my favorite recipes. I've been eating eggs for years, lots of eggs.
Okay.
You know, there's some easy recipes. There's some that are more challenging. There's a Boston cream pie, creme brulee.
Oh my God.
I mean, okay, before I go, you need to try this lemon curd, which is
Twist my arm.
It's
I thought you'd never
also
ask.
a filling
Thank you.
option.
Thank you.
You can fill cupcakes with it or donuts. You can just
Look at
eat
that
it out of the
giant thing I
jar.
took.
Can you
It's
just
fine.
eat it out? Can you just eat it out of the jar?
You can eat it out of the jar.
Look at this. Look at this thing.
It's amazing.
Oh my God. Okay.
So easy. You just do it
I
over
would
a double boiler.
I would like a chicken for Christmas.
Wow. You know what?
Or a few.
I know someone who might be able to help you.
Lisa, thank you so much.
Thanks for having
And
me.
like we said, you can find all these ingredients and all these recipes and anything you need to about Lisa in the book on our website, pixel11.com. And do not forget to pick up your copy of this book, The Fresh Eggs Daily Cookbook.
Great Christmas gift.
Exactly.
Plenty of time.
Put it right in the stocking, wrap it, anywhere books are sold.
That's right. Lisa, thank you so much.
Thank you for having me.
Have a happy holiday.
You too.
Thank you for joining us. We will be back here tomorrow at 10 a.m. It's somebody's birthday. We may or may not be celebrating. Bye.
I'm celebrating already. See you tomorrow.
Dance with me, make me sweat like a